let's do some guided practice with indeterminate forms. Oh, by the way, this should be guided practice too. Okay. Anyway, here's what we have. Right, we've got some limits going on here, and we're just gonna do the trick where we multiply by the conjugate. Remember, the conjugate of a minus b. Conjugate of a minus b is a plus b. So anyway, we have this. And what should we multiply by? That's right. It's this square root guy plus 4. Square root guy plus 4. And then we just simplify, right? We just simplify. And we're going to get 41 minus x squared minus 16 all over x minus 5 times all this junk, which again we do not simplify. Now let's be a little careful here, right? We need to simplify. Right, remember we always simplify the top. Look what happens here. We get 25 minus x squared, and on the bottom we continue to have this stuff. Now just be a little careful. Right, because you might look and say, hey, wait a minute, we can't cancel out a common factor. Well, actually we can, we just need to do a little bit more work, right? I made this problem a little extra tricky. Right, because we have to factor 25 minus x squared. If you think about it, it factors like this. And on the bottom we have this, what makes minus 5. Right. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to plug in x, but you're going to get 0 over 0. Anyway, now let's be a little careful here. You might notice that this, let me actually use a highlighter to emphasize this. This, I'm just going to write this over here. Five minus x equals negative x minus 5. You see that? So if we substitute that in, we can cancel this and write a negative 1. Right? We have a negative 1 instead. Okay? So now, if we plug in our value of 5, we're going to get negative 10 on the top. And just whatever that's going to be, square root of, that's going to be, I think it's 8. Right, you can do that algebra out. But the bottom winds up being the square root of 16, which is 4, plus 4 is 8. So you get that. And a similar sort of thing here, right? Again, we have x approaching. Note that it's a negative number, but that doesn't really make a difference, right? If we plug this in, we still get 0 over 0, right? I think the bottom is pretty obvious. It goes to 0. The top, you can work it out. It goes to 0. And so anyway, we're going to multiply this by this. Right, the conjugate. Right, remember the conjugate of a minus b is a plus b. And so we do this out. And we get that. The bottom is a mess that we will not even try to simplify because it would be counterproductive. And then we simplify our answer. And I think this one will not be quite as bad as the last one. Oops, I should write equals. Note how I keep writing equals when two expressions are equal, right? That's, if I want to write that this implies that, I would write an imply symbol. But if two things are equal, I just write equals. I don't draw an arrow or anything. Just write equal signs. Anyway, we're just about done with this because I hope you see that we've got a common factor here. And we have an answer, right? It looks like it's going to be 1/4. Let's see what we got.